I'm not sure I have to make this video again. What happened with the original one I did about the maternity ward scandals that have been unfolding in this country. Doctors and nurses have been failing these women when it comes to childbirth. Some of the stories come out. Credit to Sky News, by the way, for reporting on this and bringing them to light. It's not new because, for example, in Nottingham, some of the stories have been coming out for years. But it is actually good to see that they are reporting on this. And I did mention that other video, which was now no longer exists for some bizarre reason, that shame on the online right for not covering this in a bit more detail. Now, this is equally, if not worse, than the grooming gang scandals. Not to play down the grooming gang scandal at all, by the way. That's not to play down at all, not in the slightest. This is bigger because it's national, just equally like the grooming gangs. This goes to babies, for crying out loud, children. And I'm not sure why, particularly the media don't want to touch it from time to time, but at least Sky News did. They interview women. If you go to their website and look at the spotlight headlines, when it comes to these videos, when they're talking to mothers about what they had to go through, they are very, it's heart-wrenching to listen to. And they've got a lot of their feed on the stories that come out and put them out in words. These videos as well are very hard to watch. So there's more to come on this. People talk about how Lucy Debbie was a high-profile name, and they made a big deal out of that. And of course, she's not the only nurse out there who's done a poor job. And we always try to, play around words, particularly politicians, when it comes to TV about the NHS. We can't say it's bad, but some doctors and nurses are not actually that great and doing a bad job. We need to get things fixed. No, some of them are just terrible people. There's no empathy for these women at all, according to these stories. And not to mention the kind of work they do in hospital as well. Some are not very clean. Some doctors and nurses can't even speak English, for crying out loud. And I'm not putting it on them, by the way, I'm putting it on the system. And we need to stop worshipping the NHS as if it's a god. It's not. The healthcare system in this country as a whole needs reform. It needs some serious change. No one's going to touch it because, oh God, we can't touch the NHS. But all these payouts, we do billions and billions every single year in payouts for the scandals that occur in these hospitals. And it's beyond belief we don't actually look at that a bit more closely and try and act on it. Except we keep saying learn from mistakes, then just rinse and repeat a year later and say, oh, we done another mistake, learn from mistakes. And the same stories come out a year after that too. So, one on Sky News, so I have to give them credit. I do criticise when I think they're wrong. Credit when it's due on this one for making a big story on this and putting it out there. Shame on the online right for being very quiet about this. I know you're too busy trying to grift most of the time, and especially those high-profile names, because I'm not high-profile, not in the slightest. But you could do a little bit more. Just touch on it. Just put it out there as a story and just tweet it out so people actually get some recognition. Because I know it's not you doing the work, someone else doing the work for you. But yeah, come on, don't be lazy on this.